It is especially an honor to have with us Dr. John Mandrell. Dr. Mandrell is the Vice President of Academics and Student Services here at the college. Dr. Mandrell and all of the administrative team here at the college have been true champions for the adult education program. Without their support throughout this lovely last 2 years, I don't know where our program would be, but John was a champion for us and allowed us to be able to continue to have classes in person, which our students know how valuable it is to be able to come in person and be right there with the teacher, be with the other students. So we are so grateful for that and for all of your support. Would you please join me in welcoming John, Dr. Mandrell, to the podium?
Well, gosh, thank you. It is so great to be here tonight. I will tell you right now, this is my favorite event of the year, and probably several in this room will say that. And I don't think we can get started yet unless I see everybody in this room smiling tonight, because this is a celebration tonight. This is really inspirational work, and it's what we do here at Sauk. And this program is very near and dear to us. It's part of our mission. It's very near and dear to me. 1985, my mother returned to school here at Sauk to finish her GED. 3 boys in our family, and she could not, she really felt the need to get out here and change the trajectory of our lives. And that's what we see here tonight. We see transformation. We see growth. And at 4 years old, I was out here as just a young boy going to child care while she was attending adult ed courses, and it changed my life, even at 4 years old, because I always wanted to keep coming back. I wanted to keep learning. I wanted to learn more about this college and how I could help my family as well. So last year was maybe one of the most inspirational, I will say, ceremonies we had. Is Lorraine here? Lorraine's not here? Oh, Lorraine will go down as an all-time legend, I think, here at Sauk. She stood before us last year, told us her story of how she came to the United States and could not speak English. And she stood in front of us last year and spoke English. It was so excited. She could not stop talking. We had so much fun with her. We brought her to the board meeting where Dr. Helmick, who also, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned, could not be here tonight. He's away with some family matters, and he absolutely, again, like the rest of us, loved this night. We do not miss this night. But we immediately after said, we got to bring Lorraine to the board meeting. Like, she was so inspiring, and we couldn't get enough of her at the board meeting either. So this is such a wonderful night of celebration, transformation. Look at this list that we have in front of us. Look at all this great work being done here. And I know Sarah mentioned me as being involved in keeping things open during COVID, but it was her, it was everyone in this room, it was all of you that made this possible tonight. It was our faculty and instructors. First and foremost, it was our students who took that step to be here. That's not easy to do, and along the way, it was really hard, I bet, right? And that's, there's that old saying, the tougher the challenge, the sweeter the victory, and that's how it feels tonight, because you were challenged. There were moments where maybe you wanted to step away. I bet I see families nodding already. That's the great role and support that Sauk provides and the family provides, is that at that moment when you think you're going to stop, nope. That's all part of the journey. Stay the course. Your life's about to change, and change forever, and your family's life too. So you all did it. We're all so proud of you. I'm going to stop talking now because I'm ready to get to the celebration, because it's the best part of the night. And so, Sarah, I'm going to turn it back over to you. But I absolutely love what the front of the program says. Keep your dream alive. That's what tonight's all about. We are here for you forever, and we look forward to continue to having you and your families here. And thank you for being such an inspiration and letting us be a part of this journey with you. Thanks.
Thank you so much. At this point, like John said, we're going to get this started. So I'm going to invite Laura Moreno, she is our adult literacy coordinator, to come up and to talk to us about Project Vital. Laura, come on up.
Good evening. Welcome to the award ceremony. So our adult literacy program, Project Vital, has been serving the community for the last 36 years. So what we do is we recruit volunteer tutors who are trained to later be paired with students and then work on helping them to improve their reading, writing, and speaking skills. Our students are individuals who have a reading level of 9th grade or below, and they either speak English as their first language but need to improve their reading level, or they are learning English and need to improve their proficiency. Each of them has a different goal, but their willingness to take advantage of available resources and their dedication have helped them to achieve their goals or get closer to them. So students and tutors meet for about an hour a week, and every 20 hours of instructions, we test the students to see if they have improved their reading level. So today, I would like to mention the name of some of the students who have already improved their reading level in our program. So please come to receive your certificate if you hear your name. So the first student is Esl Bat. Our second student is Dev Bat. Josefina Rodriguez. And the last one that is present is Meili Shi. So next, I will be mentioning the names. So there are some students who were not able to be here with us, but the other students who improved their reading level as well are Amalia Hernandez, Lorena Hernandez, Rosa Olivas, Juan Eduardo Paredes, Sherry Road, Gloria Toscano, Corey Wallen. So congratulations to them as well. Next, I think she said she was going, but I'm not sure if she's here. I will introduce our Project Vital Student of the Year, Tanya Gaday. Good, you got here. So Tanya was born and raised in Mexico. 2 years ago, she left her home country, having to quit her job there as a medical doctor to move to this country, where she has faced several challenges, with the language barrier being the number one. She joined our ESL classes as soon as she moved here, and a year later, she thought she needed extra help to make progress towards her goals faster. So she requested a tutor to our literacy program. She was paired with her Project Vital tutor, Selena Benson, 1 year ago. So I will read to you the nomination that Selena provided for Tanya. She said, "First, I want to express how much of an inspiration Tanya has been to me during our time together. Many of us know that dedication requires passion, motivation, and at times sacrifice. For the year I've had the pleasure of working with Tanya, she has been a consistent reminder of what it takes to achieve desired results. She has greatly improved in all areas, including comprehension, fluency, and pronunciation. To share a little about her improvements, when I first met Tanya, we had difficulty understanding each other since my first language is English and hers is Spanish. Tanya was also beginning new employment, taking ESL courses on campus, and was a designated driver to take family members to medical appointments. She still wanted to add a weekly tutoring session to enhance her skills so that she may enroll in a college degree program in the future. She plans to one day practice as a medical doctor again. With everything on her plate, she did all she could to ensure she made our weekly tutoring sessions, always prepared with her many different colored pens, and because she's incredibly organized with her notebook and training material. She also completed and welcomed homework. With her efforts to prepare before our sessions, we were able to breeze through the lesson books and engage in more in-depth conversations. Pretty soon, Google Translate was a thing of the past, and Tanya began to teach me best practices for my health, geography, cultural history, and even a little bit of botany from our last discussion. Overall, Tanya is deserving of recognition for her hard work, dedication, and positive outlook in everything she does, because she has shown that she is not only bettering herself, but willing to share her knowledge and achieve goals that will result in the betterment of society. Congratulations. And last but not least, I would like to honor the backbone of our program, who are our volunteer tutors. Without them, it would not be possible to have our program and offer the help that changes the lives of many students who want to better their life opportunities by improving their literacy level. Our tutors go above and beyond to provide invaluable support and enrichment to their students. This fiscal year, we have had 31 active tutors who have given 650 hours of their time. So to our tutors, thank you for all the time that you donate to our students and our adult literacy program. Thank you. So that is all I have, so I will have you with Sarah again. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. All right. We are going to talk about our ESL program. So ESL, or English as a Second Language, those classes prepare our students who come to us who don't speak English as their native or their first language. Students come to our ESL program for a variety of different reasons. To improve their English language skills, to be able to experience life here in the United States, to enter the workforce, maybe to get a better job, to be a better partner in their children's educational journey, and to complete the citizenship process. Our ESL students work incredibly hard. They are so hardworking and so dedicated. Many of them are juggling several responsibilities: their parents, their employees, their caregivers. However, they do find the time to come to school. I think of Laura's ESL class and Bill's ESL class in the evening. And I've been there in the evening at Whiteside Area Career Center where the class is offered. And these students come in and you know they've worked all day. They're tired, but they show up. And they stay for a 2.5-hour class 2 days a week because they have a goal in mind. So that is such fantastic dedication, and they're making improvements. I would like to introduce our ESL Student of the Year. This year we're actually recognizing 2 students. Our first student of the year, our ESL student of the year, is Emma Mazarusi. During Emma's time in the adult education program, she has attended ESL classes. She has completed our Health Careers Bridge course because she has an interest in health careers, and she had the opportunity to learn more about different careers. And she's also been able to explore other career options that she's interested in. I would like to invite Emma's ESL instructor, Sherry Dimig, to come up now and to share with you why Emma is being recognized tonight as a Student of the Year. Sherry, come on up.
Thank you. I nominated Emma for this award because she's a very diligent, hardworking student. She entered our program about 2 years ago. She came here from Mongolia 16 years ago on a work visa and ended up working in a hotel in Florida to work on her communication skills. She knew no English when she came, and her major goal was to be able to communicate and develop English skills. She is a phenomenal student. She's a pleasure to have in class. I thoroughly enjoy her, and I felt that she needed this recognition. She has prepared a little comment that she'd like to present to you so you can have a chance to get to know her and see the type of student that she is. So if I could ask her to please come and share her thoughts, I would appreciate that.
All right, I'm first time talking in front of the people. A little bit nervous. A little bit down. All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Emma. I'm Mongolian, and I'm an ESL student. And I have been in ESL class for 2 years, and I learned a lot from this class. But I will tell you guys the story about how I started in ESL class. Because my son needed help with his homework, and he was only 2nd grade, but I couldn't understand his homework instructions. And I knew the meanings of the words, but I couldn't put it together. And I was so ashamed myself. And until that day, I thought I could speak English really well. But sadly, I couldn't read a 2nd grade level. And also I realized I was living in my own Mongolian bubble, because I read only Mongolian books, watched only Mongolian YouTube videos, listened to only Mongolian songs in my car. I lived in America a long time, but I couldn't read and write in English. I used to think, yeah, I'm old, I don't need it, because I can talk. And luckily, I had an opportunity to join an ESL class in Sauk Valley College. I learned how to write, read, and speak in English. And I started watching NBC, Fox News on TV because our teacher, Sherry, always asked us, did you know what happened in our country yesterday? I wanted to be able to answer the questions. That's why I started watching news in American TV and everything. And she's the best teacher. All my classmates all know. She made everybody comfortable in our classroom. And she always asks us, how's the day yesterday? And how are you doing? How's your family? And we all so excited and talk with each other in the class. That's why the secret is our spoken English is improved in the class every day and improving. She's not only our English teacher, she's our friend too. And all my classmates become really good friends. The Columba, Tanya, everybody's in here. And I'm so grateful Sauk Valley College gave us the opportunity to learn English free. The Sautter always said, free, have to learn. And helped us to succeed in life. I hope everybody realizes how lucky we are to live in this country. If you really want, you can do anything in America. I wish everyone the good luck in your next step in your life. Thank you, everybody.
I have to put this up. Thank you so much, Emma. I love hearing the stories, and I can testify that Sherry's class has a lot of fun because They're always laughing. They're always having a good time. They have the best potlucks. I'm sure you're going to have one before the end of the school year, right? We feast on some really good food, so they have a wonderful time. And Sherry is a wonderful teacher. Our second ESL Student of the Year is Mei Li Ji. Mei Li attends our ESL class in Sterling. Mei Li also is a part of Project Vital. You saw her come up not that long ago, and she accepted an award through Project Vital. She's also participated in a conversation class through Project Vital. So Mei Li is very dedicated and very involved, so it doesn't surprise me that she was nominated by her instructor, Deb Jacobs, for the honor of being the ESL Student of the Year. At this time, Deb, I'd like to invite you up to share with us about Mei Li.
Mei Li came to us a few years ago, and she didn't speak any English hardly at all. All I could do was point to her computer and go next door to Sherry's class and ask somebody that spoke Chinese to come in and talk for her. Despite that barrier, and we have 98% Spanish speaking in my class, so she couldn't even talk to anybody. She was kind of all by herself. And she went from that point to now. She has brought somebody else to class that wants to learn English, that speaks Chinese, and now she's the helper, and she translates for me to this student. She is an excellent student. If there's homework to do, she has it done. I have trouble keeping her busy with homework because she does so much. Her attendance is wonderful, and she's raising 3 young children, and even through COVID and everything, she was on Zoom every class. She attends every class. She's just a wonderful student. And the fact that I can talk to her now and that she can talk to me, it's an unbelievable thing, how much progress she's made. I really want to congratulate her and thank her for being in my class.
Congratulations, Mei Li. Okay. Well, just as you heard from Emma, and you've heard how Mei Li has made such a strong commitment, students come to our ESL classes for a variety of different reasons. We are very fortunate to have the best instructors and tutors who use a variety of different techniques to practice vocabulary, conversational skills, and the correct mechanics of grammar and of the English language. I would like to introduce our ESL faculty and staff. When I say your name, staff and teachers, would you please stand? Our ESL instructors are Sherry Dimig, Deb Jacobs, Laura Moreno, Leslie Santos. And we also have 3 phenomenal tutors that aid our instructors in the classroom. So we have Bill Gwynn, Ana Lara, and Tammy Schmidt. I want to thank you for your dedication to our students this year. As Deb said, teaching English language instruction can be difficult when you don't have that common ground of language. Our teachers are all bilingual, but not necessarily in the language that every student presents. So we do use Google Translate, and we use a lot of different things in the classroom so that we can get on the same page with our students. But as Deb said, it's so satisfying to be able to have that conversation with the student, especially the student who came to you not that long before and couldn't have that conversation. So it's just fantastic. These instructors and tutors served 62 ESL students this year. That, I think, deserves a round of applause. That is a phenomenal number. Last year, we were barely at 30 for ESL, so this is fantastic. So thank you to the teachers and thank you to the students who came to class and who persevered. So when a student enters the adult education program, they are required to take a standardized reading test, which lets us know their reading level. And every student knows what I'm talking about. They know the lovely reading test they have to take. They don't like it, but they do it. Our goal for our program is that after 40 hours of instruction, which if a student is attending consistently, it's about 2 months, our goal is we'll give that reading test a second time, and we will see that student make what we call a reading level gain. And I'm not just talking about they go from a 7th grade to an 8th grade reading level. They may have to go from a 5th grade to a 9th grade level to make that gain. It's not easy. It is a very difficult thing to do. As a grant-funded program, which is why Emma said, Sarah keeps saying the program's free because we're a grant-funded program, we are required to show that our students are making progress. And as you can see tonight, as John mentioned, the number of students that you see who have made reading level gains, they are doing it. So that's fantastic. So we are required to have a certain number of students each year make that reading level gain. That allows us to continue to receive funding each year to continue to provide free classes to the Sauk Valley community. So at this time, I would like to recognize our ESL students who have made a level gain in reading this year. I will ask our ESL instructors, if you have students to recognize, to please come up to the front. Students, when you hear your name called, please come up to accept your certificate from your instructor. Come on up. Yeah, you can all come up. And whoever wants to go first.
I guess I'll go first. Okay, I have a few that are here tonight. The first one is Emma Mazarusi again. Good job, Emma. Kalumba Medina. Good job. And Tanya Milan. Okay, thank you.
And I have a few here. We call her Jessica Masaresi. Jessica worked her head off to make a level gain. She took the test, and she made it.
Very appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And we have Olivia Sandoval. Olivia is another very faithful student. Always here. We were lucky to have her. She didn't get to go to Mexico this semester. And Mei Lee. Make you walk down again.
Put down the mic. Laura, you will adjust later. Of course, I would love to give this certificate to my Señora Celia. Please come down. Be careful. So I just like what I love to call her, Señora Celia. And then there's another one, Hua Wen Gao, but unfortunately she was not able to come here tonight. So That's all. I'm proud of you, Senora.
Okay, so my students are Dev Bat, Hedel Bat, Maria Cosilian. Jose Gomez. And the next two, I don't think they made it, but do we have Claudia Mejia? Oh, I didn't see you when you were here. Qué bueno que alcanzar. Oh, good. And Francisco Pisil. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our ESL students on all of your efforts this year. So the second program that is part of the adult education program is our GED students. Our GED classes provide students with the instruction needed to improve their basic education skills and to earn the GED high school equivalency certificate. Within GED, our students participate in social studies, language arts, science, and math classes, and that's to prepare for the 4 separate GED tests. Our students come to our GED classes with many goals in mind. Our instructors work with each student to help them meet their individual goals. As the instructors can attest, it is so exciting to see a student pass that first GED test. You see it in their eyes that they realize, I can do this. This is something that is doable. I will get there. I'm going to complete this. This gives the students that confidence to take on the remaining tests needed to earn that high school equivalency and start on that next journey in their life. For our GED program, we have 2 students that we will honor tonight as our GED Students of the Year. Our first GED student is Kyle Hudson. Kyle started classes in August, and I don't know if you've ever missed class. He's always here. And he comes early. He comes early and often, you know, it's great. He comes early and he goes straight to work. He stays late, and he has become a good patron in our Learning Tutoring Center. All of the tutors in our tutoring center know Kyle. And it totally makes sense to me why his instructor, Carla Malott, nominated him for GED Student of the Year. I'm going to invite Carla to please come up and share with us what makes Kyle so special.
I'm going to echo a lot of what Sarah just said. I'm honored to share why Kyle is deserving of this award. He is a gentle, friendly, and driven student. He shows up consistently to class, and he has missed 2 days, but only because of transportation issues. He would have been here. He works diligently in class and outside of class. In class, he willingly participates, supplying well-thought-out answers and mostly correct to the questions that are asked. He does ask questions when he wants clarification, and he often reads when the opportunity arises. He also works cooperatively with the other students. He works outside of class consistently, much more than I have to say the other students in the class. He works on web-based programs that are provided by the department, and he keeps a very close eye on the percentages of those lessons that he does because he doesn't like it when they go down. He works on lessons in the Kaplan GED text, and he also seeks out help from the Learning Commons tutors who know him on a first-name basis. He's shown growth in the CASAS post-test, which allowed him to utilize a higher-level web-based program that we use. Most of all, Kyle's like us. He deals with what life hands him. He understands that when the going gets tough, you just keep going. And that's what Kyle does. I've never heard him complain ever, ever. He deserves the Student of the Year award because he religiously shows up. He works relentlessly in and out of class. He seeks extra help within the college. He flexibly rolls with the circumstances that he encounters. And Kyle never gives up. He will continue to work towards his goal and obtain his GED despite the obstacles that are in his path. He will succeed.
Congratulations, Kyle. Our next GED Student of the Year is Olivia Rodriguez. Olivia completed her GED in March, so we haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you, Olivia. Olivia has also been very busy in our program. She, last spring, so it was this time last year, she was completing our college and career success course. So Olivia has actually already earned college credit because she has completed FYE 101. It's the very first class you take as a college freshman. And I am guessing you're going to be starting here in August. Yay! Is it early childhood education? Yay! Fantastic. At this time, I would like to invite Olivia's instructor, Sherry Dimig, and Jeannie King to come up and share what is so special about Olivia.
I don't remember exactly the date. 3 years ago? 3 or 4 years ago, we became familiar with Olivia. She was very, very timid when she came to class. I don't think she wanted to be in GED classes. I think she was coerced. And she worked and worked and worked and took a test probably, maybe 2 years after you first started. Took her first test, passed it, and that's all she needed. That was that goal-driven desire to continue on. And from that point on, she continued test after test after test. And we were as excited as she was. We were so elated to have her complete it. And her attitude never, ever faltered. A couple of times you wanted to throw the towel in. But we kept saying, no, you can't. You've come this far. You have to keep going. And she just persevered and persevered. And we are so proud of her. So I was thrilled to be a part of her nomination because she is so deserving of it. And we appreciate that. Thank you.
To me, getting an award means not that you did your best or not that you went above and beyond. To me, you get an award for your perseverance, and that's exactly what Olivia did. She hung in with us through the whole, COVID quarantine. She was there with us. She never gave up. She continued. Me teaching math and science, we all know that, well, let's face it, math is no one's favorite subject. And they usually keep that one till the very end. And that's what Olivia did. But, I wouldn't let her quit. I wouldn't let her give up. I'm like, you got this. And here we are. And I couldn't have been more proud of her standing here. I think that.
Congratulations again, Olivia. What a hard worker. I know she's glad to be done with adult ed. We miss you. We miss seeing you, but we know you've worked so hard to earn this achievement. Our GED instructors continually work hard to support our students, to help them gain the confidence and the skills necessary to complete college, to succeed or to complete their GED and succeed in college and the workforce. Providing classes to help our students in successfully completing the GED gets them closer to their educational goals. So I would like to take a moment to introduce our GED instructors. So when you hear your name, please stand. We have Stacy Bomley. Sherry Dimig. Kathy Jacoby. Jeannie King. Ben Leitner. Carla Malat. And Gabriela Trujillo. Oh, there you are. So these instructors served 99 GED students this year. Woohoo! I know, one short of 100. So we are now going to recognize our GED students who have made a level gain in reading this year. So again, these are the students who, when they took their post-reading test, increased that reading level. And these students will tell you, this is not an easy thing to do. This is a difficult task, so they should be incredibly proud of accomplishing this. At this time, I will ask our GED instructors who have students to award to go ahead and come on up. Just you? Oh, okay. It was Olivia is the only student here tonight. So Olivia, you got your certificate already, I think, right? Congratulations. I will tell you that the middle section of your program, that lists all the students that have made a reading level improvement. So phenomenal job to all of those students. Thank you so much. All right, so at this point in the evening, we're going to talk about our GED graduates. So to earn that GED high school equivalency certificate, a student must pass 4 subject tests. And that seems to be quite a misnomer. When I get phone calls about GED, students seem to think it's just one test. It's not. It's actually 4 tests. And again, the subjects are language arts, social studies, science, and math. As Jeannie alluded to, she is our math and science teacher. Poor Jeannie, nobody wants to be in her class. It's very rare that we have a student who says, I really want to do math first. Ben can attest to that too, as our other math and science teacher. But eventually they do get to that final math test and they get it done. As our students know, getting the GED is not an easy task. I think that's another misnomer. I think there is a perception out there that getting that GED is very simple. I would be hard-pressed to go in and take a GED test myself and feel confident that I would pass. So these students, this is hard work. This is very hard work. It's not the easy way out. it takes time and it takes that dedication and motivation. So not only are they serving as students, but again, they're juggling several responsibilities. They're taking care of children, other family members, they're working, so many different things, but they understand the importance of completing this high school equivalency and taking that next step for, to better their lives. So our GED graduates tonight have shown the highest level of dedication and determination. Tonight, we are very fortunate to have our regional superintendent, Mr. Chris Tennyson, with us to recognize our students who have successfully completed the GED this year. The Regional Office of Education oversees the educational standards in Lee, Ogle, and Whiteside County. And one of the duties of this office is to certify that a student has met the requirements to earn that high school equivalency certificate. So your GED certificates come from the Regional Office of Education. They are not issued by Sauk Valley Community College. So upon successful completion of all 4 exams, the ROE signs and certifies each GED certificate. And I would like to welcome Mr. Tennyson to come up and share some words with us.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you for giving me the coveted spot right before everyone gets their certificates. I know what everyone's thinking. We came to get our diplomas tonight, now we have to listen to this guy. And as a former high school principal for 12 years, let me tell you, trying to find someone to speak right before the diplomas went out was truly challenging. But I couldn't be more honored to be here. As Regional Superintendent of Schools for Lee, Ogle, and Whiteside counties, I get the honor and privilege of overseeing and supporting 24 amazing school districts every day in our 3 counties. I truly have been blessed to be in this position. I've also had the honor of attending this incredible event the last 4 years, and I know it's been said before, but it's true. It's quickly become one of my favorite events of the year. The last 2 years have been really difficult for all of us. In education, it's been an uphill battle for educators and parents and school board members while they all tried to help students stay on track. We've all heard the stories of anger and frustration and exhaustion that many of us have been through, but there has been a silver lining through a lot of this. I have been absolutely blown away by the perseverance and toughness of so many students, parents, educators, school board members in these tough times, realizing that none of this is the students' fault and we have to be there to try and help. I thought about tonight, and I'm currently reading a book by former Duke basketball player Jay Billis, and the book is called Toughness, and so far it's a really good read. In it, one of the things that he states in the book is that toughness has nothing to do with size, physical strength, or athleticism. Toughness is a skill, and it is a skill that can be developed and improved. I truly believe that toughness is a skill, and people can learn how to be tough. I've had the great fortune of working in several different careers alongside some pretty tough people who've taught me many things. I don't know about all of you, but I absolutely love being around positive people and tough people. Whenever I'm around positivity and people who give it everything they have, it motivates me to get after it. That is why I look forward to this event every year. Sitting here tonight and listening to so many of the individual stories just really blows me away. I couldn't imagine at my age going to a different country where nobody spoke English and having to be in a room where no one spoke English and having to work that hard to try and figure it out and try to learn that language and be able to do the things that I want to do. It's just been amazing again sitting here tonight. Many of you have fought through some very tough times, but you never gave up. You made the decision that getting your state of Illinois high school diploma was very important to you, and you did it. To me, this is the very definition of toughness. And I do love, by the way, I usually am not very happy when legislators down in Springfield change laws that have to do with education, but they did change one this year that moving forward, they're not going to use GED anymore. It is Illinois. I love this, Illinois high school diploma, and I absolutely love that. So I'm excited about that. It should have always been that way. I cannot thank all of you enough for letting me part of this event tonight. At 52 years old, believe it or not, I'm still in college myself, and I've worked hard to get all my coursework and exams done. Unfortunately, I have a big research paper to finish, and I've not been very tough about getting it done. I've had a busy year and made a lot of excuses, and I should have been working harder. Being here tonight and seeing how hard all of you have worked has once again reminded me that I need to step up and work harder. Thank you all for being a role model for me and making me want to be better. I will close tonight with the words that President George W. Bush once used at a graduation ceremony, and I know he doesn't get quoted a lot, and some of them have been bad quotes, but I love this one. To those of you who received honors, awards, and distinctions, I say well done. And to the C students, I say you too may one day be President of the United States. And I love that quote because, yes, I worked hard in high school, and I did have some C's, and yes, they were in math. It was not my best subject, but I did work hard. I plan on telling all of you tonight to find something you're passionate about, work hard, and be tough during the hard times, but it's obvious I don't need to do that. You've all done it. Congratulations, and I have certified that the certificates are ready to be given out.
Stay up here while I hand them out.
Anything you'd like me to do? Sure.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. So at this time, we will recognize our GED graduates who are here tonight. Students or graduates, when you hear your name, please come up and receive your certificate, and we can congratulate you. Robert Bowling. Daniel Briseno. Not here. Kelsey Fox.
Thank you, sorry. Thank you. Nice job, Kelsey. Thank you.
Aiden Hall. No. Chase Holmes. There he is. Bradley Merrill. Romelo Payton. Olivia Rodriguez. Amber Underheil. Congratulations, graduates. And again, not all of our graduates were able to be here tonight, so let's give one last round of applause for all of them. Our final award this evening, our final student award, is to announce our students who are receiving the Glenn Sautter Memorial Scholarship. The Glenn Sautter Memorial Scholarship was established in honor of Glenn Sautter, who was a Sauk Valley Community College adult education instructor. And Glenn sadly passed away about 4 years ago. I did not work with Glenn in the adult education program, but in another position here in the college, I worked with Glenn quite a bit. He was an amazing mentor, and he worked tirelessly to help people get on the right path and to do all that he could to help students be successful. As a GED instructor, our students, before this scholarship, our students were required to pay for their GED tests. A practice test is $6. The actual test is $30. So when you do the math, 4 practice tests or more, 4 GED tests or more, it adds up. And that could be quite a financial barrier for a student. When Glenn was an instructor, he would routinely pay for GED tests. And in fact, his wife, Reverend Vicki Sautter, told me he would come home and say, when you check the bank account statement, you're going to see I paid for some tests today. And she, of course, was quite happy to do it. Sadly, when Glenn passed, Vicki, Reverend Sautter, was very kind to create a scholarship in Glenn's name. Part of this money we use to cover the cost of our students' GED tests. So our students who have completed the GED didn't have to pay for that. This all came through this memorial scholarship, which is phenomenal. And that's actually an incentive that we use for our students to encourage them to come to class. If you come to class, you do what you need to do, we're going to cover that cost for you. And that's how Glenn would have wanted it. So with this money that we have been given, the family has also desired to award scholarship money each year to a student who is completing the adult education program and is transitioning to Sauk Valley Community College. And that, of course, is the goal of our program. We want to see each and every one of our students finish adult ed and move on to college. So with these scholarship funds, you know, $500 scholarship is what is awarded, and that makes quite a difference to a student in their first semester at Sauk. So tonight, we would like to honor 2 of our scholarship winners. To apply for the Glenn Sautter Scholarship, the students need to complete the application, and then they also need to submit an essay. And the essay revolves around the question, what is the impact an education can make on your life? So as I mentioned, the recipients of this scholarship are awarded $500, and they can use this towards their first semester costs. So tonight, I am so pleased that we have 2 recipients. And our first scholarship recipient is J.C. Greene. JC was our first GED graduate of the year. She finished her GED mid-October. She flew through it. It was amazing. I think she had it done in 8 weeks. It really was incredible. She had some good teachers too, right? JC not only completed her GED with us, later that semester, she also participated in our College and Career Success course. She earned college credit for completing our FYE 101 course. And JC just finished her first semester at Sauk. So in January, she was a Sauk student. At this time, I would like to share with you JC's essay. Education is something that, in my opinion and experience, is not always appreciated and is often taken for granted. If not taken for granted, it may just as often be thought of as something off limits because of personal means or finance. For years, I thought that college meant jettisoning myself and possibly even my children into debt and instability. I didn't truly start to engage with the previously mysterious and relatively unknown option of further, guided at least, education until I had reached the age of 18 and graduated. I believed that I would be better off foregoing the pursuit of further formal education after high school because the debt of college would hypothetically cripple me financially for years, if not haunt me throughout the entirety of my lifetime. SBCC has changed my perspective. I was wrong. I've learned that education is not a commodity for which you must sell something dear, be that your soul or your future. The value of education is not something that can necessarily be tangibly seen or measured in all cases. The impact of it is felt by most, if not all, who choose to pursue it wholeheartedly and voraciously. Money is not the only measure of education, and I now know that the benefit far outweighs the risks. Education can enrich your day-to-day life and enable you to see the world in a more complete, cohesive, and possibly beautiful way than before. I felt its effect in the form of self-empowerment and hope for a professional and career-oriented future beyond what I previously dared dream possible. What is the impact of education on my life? It's the possibility of transformation, reinvention, and a brighter future. Beautifully said. Unfortunately, JC is not here tonight. She had to work. But she was very happy for me to share her essay with you. And again, I know she had a great first semester, and she will be continuing to pursue her degree here at Sauk. So congratulations to JC. Our second scholarship winner is Robert Bowling. Robbie was GED graduate number 2. JC beat you, I think, by 2 weeks. So he completed his GED at the end of October. Robbie also participated in our College and Career Success course. So he also earned his college credit for FYE 101. And he started Sauk in January, and he has been in our welding program. So, yes. Robbie has given me permission to read his essay, so I will do that now. Life before getting a GED is hard. However, life after becoming a GED graduate becomes a bit easier. I say that because 13 years after not graduating, not having good jobs, no chance at a career, and the feelings of failing and shortcomings gets tiring. You are constantly living paycheck to paycheck, always stressed. The impact of an education after getting a GED is more than you can imagine. It means a better future, less stress from lack of opportunities, feeling more accomplished. Being a GED graduate has many benefits and gives you more opportunities. First and foremost, it is a chance at higher education or even technical school. Your self-confidence will go up. Secondly, better jobs open up to you. Having your GED is a game changer. I say get your GED because afterwards life does get better. Your future is worth it. You don't have to stay stuck forever. The only thing I regret is not doing it sooner. The impact of having my GED is huge. I never really thought it was a big deal until I saw what a possible future can be like with taking that first step and getting the GED and becoming a graduate. You might ask, what does it mean to me? Well, it means my life is improved. I now have a chance at securing my future. I plan on going into the technical program for welding at Sauk Valley Community College. It'll be a good start to begin my career. All opportunities I never had. My self-esteem is up, and I can see where my life is heading now. I'm more than glad I got my GED. Robbie, if you come up, I have a certificate for you. So I would like to congratulate once again Robbie and JC and wish them all the best as they continue on and persevere in reaching those educational and career goals. I would also like to acknowledge Reverend Vicki Sautter, wife of Mr. Glenn Sautter. Unfortunately, Reverend Sautter could not be with us tonight, but I do want to thank her for continuing Glenn's legacy of supporting others in achieving their educational goals. We are so grateful for your continued support of our students. Thank you, Reverend Sautter. So that concludes our award ceremony for tonight. Again, thank you so much for joining us. It's wonderful to not only see our students who have achieved so much, but to also see the family and the support that surrounded them, because we know you don't do it all by yourself. So thank you to the family and to the people of support who helped your student get to where they're at tonight. That is so important. Thank you so much for being here with them and for them. Yeah. You all are truly an inspiration for us. Before you leave, make sure you stop by the registration table, and we have a sweet treat for you to take home. And all of the GED graduates who are here tonight, I would ask if you would, when we conclude, come down to the stage, and we'd like to get a picture of all of our GED graduates. And I think Dr. Mandrell has something to say.
Yeah, I just want to mention again, thank you to everyone for coming out. And please make use of our space. I was just going to say, come forward, use the stage. There's a big red bird walking around too, named Sammy. If you'd like Sammy to be in the photo, just give a holler. Here comes Sammy now. And thank you again, and congratulations.